Hi everyone, this is Dr. Anjum Patyal, HOD, Department of Physical Education and Sports Sciences, Deshbandhu College, University of Delhi. I did my PhD in Sports Psychology and I did my Masters and Bachelors from LNIP Gwalior and topper from there. Today's my topic is Development of Values through Sports and Physical Education. The values are very important to inculcate in our youth, and youth when join the college, what I believe, what I feel, they are not able to participate in sports and physical education activities because maximum time we focus more on our competitive teams. So this is my request to all the physical education experts to involve all the students of your institution in some or the other sports and physical education activities, plan recreational games for them, plan intramural and extramural for them, so that through sports we can develop values in our youth. For that, I would like to enhance the definition of what is values. The principles, standards, conviction and belief that people adopt as their guidelines in daily activities. So every country, every culture have their own values, and in daily activities we expect those values in the citizen of that culture or that country. So we want to follow the principles, the standards set by that cultural community, the conviction we have, the belief we have, and we would like all the participants, all the youth, all the citizens to abide by those values. And what I feel that features of values are universal and eternal. That means values are universal. For that I would like to give an example. I would like to quote an example that lying is considered as a bad habit everywhere, in every country. So the values are universal. If I believe in truth, the other country, the other culture also respect the truth, and these values have the feature of universal. So values are universal and eternal. Eternal means that those values have their own basis to guide the culture, to guide the people how to live, because man is a social animal. So how to live, how to behave in society, and what society expect from them, that is eternal. We can only explain why lying is bad habit, why the truth is always a winner. So these are eternal values, and what I feel, these values can be added only through sports and physical education, because other curriculum teachers, they have a content to be completed for their examination and they focus only on that. So no classroom teaching can evolve the values in students and youth. So we as a physical education teacher, as a sports coaches, we have lots of scope to develop the good youth, the good human being, a good citizen, by inculcating these universal and eternal values through sports and physical education. So fair play through sports. The first thing what we want to teach to our students, fair play. Think critically and act responsibly. When we make teams, when we do any activity, we set some rules, and for that they have to think critically how to follow those rules, how not to break those rules, and how to win by abiding all the rules. So these formal education or formal activity that help people, that help students to think critically. And when they are thinking critically about their teammates, about the rules, about the referee, about the decisions, then they act responsibly. For example, in Kho-Kho, pushing is not allowed. So the student who is playing Kho with their friends, with the classmates, with other team, they are very much behave responsibly, that they should not push a person while giving Kho or while getting them out. So this way we can inculcate the responsibility. They must have the responsibility of their action. In sports, whenever the player they break the rule, they get penalty. So through that they learn how to act responsible. They learn how to behave properly. They learn how to win without cheating, without hurting anyone. So after critical thinking, the act have become responsible. So people become responsible, and through these little activities, through these friendly games, recreational games, through them we can help to inculcate the value of responsibility. After that, fair play develops respect, equity, inclusion. This is the values which, according to UN, we should develop in our citizen, so that we have peace on earth, we have equality on earth. So respect can be seen in two ways. One, while the student is playing as according to their rules, so respect of the rules, respect of the referee, respect of the judgment. And second way, in other aspect, respect of the teammates, respect of the opponent. Through sports and physical education activity, we can teach the student to respect everyone, to respect all the rules, to respect a referee, to respect the judgments, and then win. So it is very easy. What I feel, through sports and physical education activities, we can inculcate these values. We can develop this fair play value slowly, gradually in our citizens, in our students. Then comes equity. Yes, the society is bifurcated by different scenario, according to finances, financial, according to social fabrication. So we have to develop the equity sense in our students. That is very important, that we all must have equal opportunity. So for equal opportunity, when somebody is, it's a very small example I would like to give from the recreational game. Whenever we play some game in which one person has to catch the other team, maybe 8-10 people, and then when he touches someone, then the den will be given by some other person who has just got out. So this way we give equal opportunity to everyone to play from the both sides. One, he has to give the den. Second, he has to give he has to play. Like in cricket, if we organize cricket, then somebody has to bowl first and somebody has to bat first, and secondly then they will exchange their duties and their scenarios. So equity, equal opportunities can be developed through these activities very easily, where when a person can become a officer, professor, whatever, he should have that feeling of giving equal opportunity to everyone, and also to respect equal opportunity. Next is inclusion, including everyone from every strata of society. That is very important. So when we play, when we organize any activity, we don't select students by any other scenario, we just select student randomly, or may we make them stand in a line, and they when we ask 1 2 1 2, and then we select the team members, and then it's a team, it's a B team. So inclusion of everyone. May there are students who don't respect other students, who don't involve them in their activities, but when the teacher is organizing some activity, making some team, or maybe some of the students who are quite introvert, they have some other talent in them, and from there, when they show their talent, people start respecting them. Students who are introvert inside the class, they can be supported through these activities to become extrovert, as well as to show their talent. And when they show something worth to their other fellow students, the students start respecting them, the students start involving them, include them in their other activities, in their groups. So that way we can save our students who are little introvert. Maybe the background, maybe the finances, the reason can be many. Maybe it's their individual personality. Everyone cannot be so outspoken. So in colleges, I have noticed that teachers, they are little less bothered about the personality, about giving chances to other students, and in that way sometimes I feel students are left behind. So being a physical education teacher, being a sports coach, being a sports teacher, being a sports officer, being a sports director, it is our duty to include everyone from every strata of society. Respect. So respect through sports and physical education activities, if we arrange properly, or maybe if we can arrange the recreational game, the involving in these activities helps student to respect for self, because if he himself doesn't respect his self, then the society is not going to include him in any activity. So he start doing respect for self. And next comes respect for others. Maybe the class is from a different gender, both the genders are involved in the class, maybe it's other teammates. So respect for others is can be very much developed through these sports and physical education activities. Respect for body and space. As kids grow, they are now not biased with the gender, but they know the difference between both the genders. And now here in the society, we want respect and space for body and for both the genders. So through sports involving each and making mixed team, like we organize intramural in our college, then we have volleyball team, 5-a-side, 7-a-side football, and then there is a compulsion of having 2 girls from in that team, then only they can participate. So 3 boys, 2 girls, 5 boys, 2 girls. So in that way they know how to involve others, how to respect the body and space while playing the activity, and through that we can develop these essential values in our students. Respect for rules, that is the first, number 1, that they start respecting the rules. When they start respecting the rules, because sometimes when we have improvisation of our equipment, we improvise our rules also according to the space available, according to the time available, according to many aspects. So they start respecting the rules, because each time we announce a different rules and they have to play with those rules. When they start respecting the rules, when we have taught them the rules, then they start respecting the authority, because whenever they break the rules, the referee is going to give the penalty or give the decision or exclusion of a person from the team from some time, maybe for few minutes maybe. So they start respecting the authority. And through sports and physical education, while in activity, we can change the referees, we can make the referees from the student itself. So each time whoever is becoming the referee, he is the authority now, and all the fellow students have to respect him, have to abide all the rules, and then they have to follow all the decisions, they have to abide all the decisions made by that authority. Next is respect for environment. Environment, when we chalk out our playground, when we chalk out the volleyball ground, when we draw the kho ground, they know the lines, they know the dignity, they know the restrictions about the environment. They have to play within that. So they start respecting the environment. They know what line should not be crossed, and that way we can help them to respect other environment and all the environment in the society. Equity, opportunity for all. That is very important to understand, being in a society which has a very different fabrication, social fabrication, opportunity for all. So when we organize any sports activity, any physical education activity, any recreational activity, there we have the opportunity to give the chance to everyone, to involve everyone, to make captain, we can change the vice captain, like that. So through that we can help people to understand, help our student to understand there should be opportunity for all. Fullest potential. May student have a lot of potential, so they must know, and equality should come for the fullest potential. Everybody should come on their fullest potential, and everybody should get the chance to show that. So everybody has to bat, everybody has to ball, everybody has to catch, everybody has to run. Through these activities we can show them that everybody has a full potential, and they can use it in their daily life, kind of a life skill. To overcome prejudice. Sometimes in our society we predict people, we become so judgmental. Maybe in a class somebody who is a backbencher is a very, very talented cricketer or a footballer or a gymnast. So to overcome these prejudice, sports fields are the field where we can give opportunity to everyone. So as I told earlier also, if a person is very talented and very good in sports, maybe not in studies, maybe he is introvert in the studies, and maybe he is very outgoing in the sports field. So fellow student, when they get to know about these type of different talents, they start respecting, and the prejudice can be controlled. So our society should not be prejudiced, we should not be judgmental, we should give equal opportunity to everyone. To accept different people. Different people can be people who have different abilities. If in your class you have a person who is with a different ability, put in some or the other team with fellow students, so that fellow student becomes sympathetic. They must help him out to participate, and they should encourage him to participate as a team. A ball can be catched by anyone. So to give that opportunity to and acceptance to different people is very important, because in classroom structure they are just sitting. They are sitting in a corner, maybe they are specially assigned seats over there. But students sometimes, and most of the time, they just exclude them while playing. So involving them help people to teach, to accept differently able person in their own team, and that way we can equalize our society, taking them along with our youth. Next is research. So I did a research, and we did it for 30 minutes per day for 8 weeks. So we have involved everyone for 30 minutes, 8 weeks every day. And what we have found, we have chosen the questionnaire, and after that questionnaire we have come to know that they have improved a lot in terms of values, in terms of respecting each other, and moreover respecting their own self. They have increased the respect for body and space. They have understood better way the equality for all. They have understood better way accepting people from all different abilities. And these inclusion, these equity improves the involvement not only in sports and physical education but other scenario of their life also. So that was the research, what I call Khel Khel Mein. In Hindi it is called Khel Khel Mein, and in English it's only with the play. Let's play. So fair play, advantage and disadvantage. How we can teach advantage and disadvantage? So for fair play, you can have, I'm just quoting a recreational game, you can, that is with the minimum facilities you require. But if you have basketball ground, if you have football ground, if you have any type of ground available, you can improvise these activities according to your institution. So this is a recreational game, paper, ball and bucket. So just you just need to have paper, lots of paper, and you can make a ball and a bucket. So ask your students, ask the group to stand wherever they are. They cannot change their seats, they cannot change their place. They have to stand there only. Pass on the ball to everyone, and from there, that place only, they have to shot the bucket. Ball, they have to put that ball into the bucket. So that is the aim. Now everybody will realize, those who are standing nearby the bucket, they have the advantage of attempting this ball throw. But those who are standing behind, those who are standing at the last of the lane, they have the disadvantage of throwing that ball. So through that sports, now then change the places. Everybody has to, they must get the chance from different places, and then they will realize they have got the advantage while they were in the front line, and they were in the disadvantage when they were far from that bucket. It happens in life. If we have an educated family, if we have a middle class family, maybe rich, not rich but middle class, and then we are blessed, we have advantage of these things. And if the parents are illiterate, if the parents are not well to do financially, the student is on disadvantage. So this can be taught very easily through sports and physical education scenario. And I would request every sports coach and physical education teacher who is responsible for all the whole college, not only for the competitive team, then they must do the brainstorming to develop values through each and every period, each and every activity you get a chance. The responsibility. So it's a very game where chicken and eagle, group of 5, 7, 10 people, and you just make a one leader and make a line. So the person who is a leader standing in front, whole line is behind him or her. The other team has to touch the last person of the lane. And the responsibility of the leader is to stop anyone to reach to his last teammate. That is the responsibility. So he has to move, he has to save, he has to abide the rules, he has to see the environment, and even then he has to save his teammates. So this is the way we can teach responsibilities. I am again quoting it. These are the recreational game. I am giving it because many a times sports teacher and physical education teachers complain, we don't have basketball, we don't have basketball ground, we don't have football ground. So I have come here only with a recreational game which can be improvised as the facilities you have in your colleges or in your institution. Economic equity, that is very important. We all know our social fabrication. There is a vast difference between the financial aspects of our society. People are either very poor or maybe very rich. So simple race from different position that can be that can show our students that yes, if you are blessed with many opportunities or with many facilities, you are on advantageous side. Whereas we must give chance to other people also, those who are on disadvantage. Simple race from different position. How we do it in our institution, we have 8 lanes and then we announce the first lane student has gone to Sydney for his Olympic preparation. So definitely he is better, well equipped with the fitness, with knowledge, with skill, with acquisition. So he will step forward. Now second person is not able to even get a proper nutrition, proper coach, and he himself is coaching. So he will take 4 steps back. And like that, we give advantage and disadvantage to each student. And then they have to reach at the same point. Maybe that's 50 meter, maybe that's 100 meter, whatever scenario you have, whatever facility, ground, environment you have. And then when they have to reach at the same final lane from the different position, they know who is getting the advantage and who is getting the disadvantage. Through this, without quoting anyone that you are poor, you are rich, you are from this background, you are from that background, we can easily make them realize, our students, that yes, our social fabrication has a scenario of advantages and disadvantages. So as a society, we have to take everyone together. We must get equal chance, we must get equal opportunities, where from the background, maybe it's financial, maybe it's social, maybe it's physical, where the person is not having a complete ability like us, he is differently abled. So we all have our advantages and disadvantages. So those who are on advantages, they must realize it and they must help other people in the society to come up, to achieve something. And if we can help each other, that will make our society beautiful. Because may some talented people, they are missing with the economical or financial, I would say, support from the family. Maybe they are from very poor family, and there are so many examples from the economic financial weaker section, that we have very talented scientists, ministers, sports persons and educationists. So that way we must teach our students to go ahead with to understand the advantage and disadvantage we have. Because we have a larger population, we have our social fabrication is like that, we are in advantage and disadvantage of finances. So economic equity is very important to be understood by our each and every student and each and every citizen. So this is all from my side. For more sports activities and for more elaboration, I'll be with you in the session, in the live session, for taking your questions and answers. You must jot down all the questions and answers so that I will be able to explain what are these values and why UN has quoted these values to be inculcated through sports and physical education activities, because they all understand it is quite easy. Through these activities we can help our weaker section to provide them equal opportunity, and we all can have advantageous student to understand that yes, there are people who are on disadvantaged position, and we as a society, as a friend, as teammates, as classmates can help each other. In that way only we can make a peaceful society, we can make a happy society, and we can make a progressive society where everybody should get a chance, because we all have only one life. So see you all in this live lecture later on, and I hope this I have given enough vision to our sports and physical education teachers to involve everyone, each and every student from your institution, because they are not getting chance of playing anywhere else. In classrooms we cannot develop values, so sports fields are the only place where we can make our citizen happy, make our citizen with lots and lots of values. Thank you all. Thank you once again to giving me this opportunity to talk to you people, and I'll be available for all your question answers in my session. Thank you once again. Thank you all.